Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Christian and this is CXC Beauty. On today's video we are going to review some new brushes and I'm super excited about it. I love trying out new tools and new products to help me apply my makeup and make my makeup application much easier. And today we will be reviewing the new JSkky Beauty brushes. This is the entire set and we're gonna do a deep dive into these brushes, use all of them to create this look right here, and then at the end of the video I will give you my final thoughts. So if you wanna see how these brushes perform or you're interested in getting new brushes, keep on watching. So I did pick up the full eye brush set and then JSkky Beauty was nice enough to throw in an extra little brush for me. So I do have an extra X7. So just going through the brushes really quickly, we have the X3, which is a beautiful fluffy brush. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a dome blending brush. We have the X4, which is the same sort of brush, just slightly bigger. We have a more detailed blending brush, which is the X2. Looks like this. Little dome shape. These are really soft, by the way. I really love how these feel. We have the X6, which is even more of a detailed brush. We have the X7, which I have two of, and this is more gonna be like for cutting the crease. It's a nice flat shader brush. So you have two of those. This one I think is going to be my favorite. This is the X1, which is this beautiful brow brush that has the nice angle sharp edge here, and then it has the spoolie on the other side. And then we have this more hybrid like dome slash shader brush, and this one's the X5. These brushes are super soft, like I said before, and the handle is extra long so you can have a little bit better control when you're blending and applying your eyeshadow. So we're gonna go ahead and put these to the test. I did put a little bit of foundation on to start, but I haven't done the rest of my face. I'm gonna do an eye look and I'm gonna try to use every single one of these brushes and put them all to the test. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a few single shadows from CXC Beauty. Don't mind my messy palette, but I have them in this palette here, all over the eyes. And then I'm gonna use one of the brushes to spread this out. So I'm gonna go in with this flat brush and just use it to tap this primer out. And it's doing a good job so far of tapping the product out, spreading it out nicely. Did have a little bit of excess there. I put a little too much on. Now I'm gonna go in with the X4, which is the biggest of the fluffy brushes. And I'm just gonna take a lighter eyeshadow and sort of set that primer down because I want it to make it easier to blend so we don't have anything sticking. So far so good. On first impressions, this is super soft. I really love how this feels on the eyes. Now let's see how it applies eyeshadow. I'm gonna take the X2, which is a more detailed dome blending brush, and I'm gonna go into this color, which is Mariana. It's a deep blue shade, and I'm just tapping this into the outer corner, and then I'm gonna work it into my crease. I'm gonna jump back to the X4 to blend, and I'm jumping back and forth between the brushes just to add more color and blend as I go. So far so good, it's blending nicely. I'm gonna jump now with the X4, which is the fluffier brush, and I just add a little bit of this deep blue to it. Now I'm gonna go into the X3, which is another blending brush, and this one's clean, so I'm just using that for a little bit more buffing. I like my eyeshadows to be really diffused. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna hop into a more mauve-y purple tone, using that same X3 brush. Now with this X5 shader brush, I'm gonna take a little bit of our black, which is Secrets, and I'm just gonna pack this onto the outer V and then use the X2 to blend it into the blue. Do something like, it's gonna be like really smoky and deep. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this House Labs, and this is the Chain Ballerina liquid eyeshadow. and it's like a deep black color. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of this eyeshadow from JSkky Beauty, and this is the crystallized palette, and it's called Mother of Pearl. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna take this flat brush, which is the X7, and I'm just gonna tap this on as if this was like my cut crease base. Now taking my other X7, I'm gonna go into that Mother of Pearl shade, and I'm just gonna pat that right on top of that chain ballerina. Now I'm gonna take the smallest of the blending brush, which is the X6, and I'm gonna hop back into that blue and purple, well, the blue and mauve, and I'm just gonna go in between this to blend it together. This is why I didn't do the concealer first, because I knew I wanted to do something dark and smoky, and if I would have done concealer, that would have messed up. Okay, going back into the chain ballerina, I'm just gonna repeat the same thing on the other eye. We love making a good mess with this super rock glam look. I absolutely love these Glam Attack liquid eyeshadows from House Labs. They're really good and super sparkly. And this X7 brush is working amazingly to pack on color. As you can see, I'm just dipping my brush into the eyeshadow and literally just pressing it on, and it's going on flawlessly. It also made it super simple to just carve out that crease. I'm loving it. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the eyes right now. I'm gonna clean up under here with my blender sponge. Okay, so now I went in with the rest of my face. I went in with some concealer, I did blush and bronzer and a little bit of highlight. I wanna get into my brows now. So I'm gonna go in with this brush, which is the X1. My Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, and I use medium brown. And I'm gonna go in with the darker shade, and I'm just gonna start brushing this through my brows. Oh my God, I love how sharp this is coming out. Okay, so it's coming out super sharp. I love this brush. I mean, look how it just applies the powder. That's like perfect. And the spoolie is super nice. It's not like harsh. You know how some spoolies literally like scrape your face off? Okay, so I really like how that looks so far. Okay, now let's hop back into our eyeshadow. I'm gonna take the X6 brush, which is the smallest of the blending brushes. And I'm just hopping between that blue and the mauve color. And I'm gonna use that to buff out the lower lash line. Nice and soft and small. So you really get a nice diffused line on the lower lash line. I am gonna add a little bit of eyeliner because I forgot to do that. So I'm just taking this pen from Kylie Cosmetics, and I'm just really putting just a little bit on the end. I know you can't see it too much with this eye look, but I do want to put that there just so I can put my lashes on and it hides. I'm going to quickly throw on some lashes and I'll be right back. Then to finish the look, I'm going to go in with a little bit of ColourPop BFF number 3, which is one of my favorite liners. And I'm going to finish that off with a little bit of the JSkky Beauty Obsidian Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Rosé, and it's a beautiful nude color. Then I'm just gonna use the pencil to blend in the edges. Going with a little setting spray. Okay everybody, so my final thoughts on these brushes is that they are amazing. For the price that these cost, you get the entire set for $25.99, which is a steal. They're super soft. They work amazing. As you saw, they blended the eyeshadow perfectly. Everything laid down nicely. So for $25.99 on the website, that is an amazing deal. Now you can get them individually for $4.99 a piece. And if you decide not to get them all, I would suggest getting the eyebrow brush for sure. This is my favorite one. And then the blending brushes are all must-haves. And then the final one that's a must-have for me is the X7, which is that flat packer brush. This is amazing for cutting the crease and packing on the eyeshadow. So overall, the experience was amazing with these brushes. I absolutely love them, and I'm definitely putting them into I have two separate cups. I have my brushes and then my everyday brushes, and they're definitely gonna go in my everyday brush Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I highly recommend this brush set. So if you want to check them out, I'll leave a link below. It's JSkkyBeauty.com. They are amazing. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today in this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.